Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Yin and The Yang, the one podcast for all your contact sports, martial arts needs, fitness, motivation, and so much more. And ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is powered by the More of the Same Network in association with Anti-USW Productions. I am your former two-time USW heavyweight champion, Anthony Chu. And if you actually believe that this is the way that we introduce our podcast after 20 episodes, you're sadly fucking mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the record-breaking, trend-setting, revolutionary podcast known worldwide as the Yin and The Yang. We are powered by the More of the Same Network in association with Anti-USW Productions. I am the former two-time USW heavyweight champion, Anthony Chu, and still, goddammit, I am Chuzilla, a.k.a. the ultimate thriller. All right, all muscle, no filler. I know I just fucked that up. But on today's episode, we are dedicating it all to fitness, motivation. We're going to talk about workout routines, supplements, motivation, and whatever else it takes you to get off your asses to go accomplish your goals for 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, a major announcement about our podcast and when it will drop. If you don't have internet, you should be slapped. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, a huge lie has been exposed about my co-host. Yes, and we will talk about that. Memory lane with movies and your favorite segments chewed out, answering questions and much, much more. But right now, it is time to bring out the man. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Here we go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the pop vinyl collector, XFL defector, WWF span selector, and then, no, goddammit, his name is not Hector. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, fuck that up, and you'll feel the trifecta. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one and only owner, operator, and guru of the More of the Same Network. He is simply known as Larry Fuck the Super Bowl and the NFL Today Mormon.
Whoa, what happened there at the end?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, you wanted to keep going? Let's just have AC/DC do the show.
No, you sped up the speed.
I did?
Oh, it must have been the way you were coming in for a minute there. It actually came in like 1.5 times fast. I keep a safe believe, and I don't like to hit. Wow, that was
man, that was not me. That was not me.
Okay, that was the wonderful people at Skype. Wow, that sounded really good. You sounded like almost it's no longer a shitty phone. Very, very good.
Wow. Well,
stuff.
You know, I've been thinking about this. I haven't gotten a new phone in nearly 2.5 years.
That's a long time.
I was working with a phone that I've had for since 2014. And it came out, January 2015? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so almost 3 years, actually. And the phone itself was the Motorola Google Nexus 6. And quite frankly, it was a great phone. I loved it. Big screen. It had dual stereo speakers. But, you know, everything else takes its wear and tear. It takes its tolls on the unit itself. So I've begun to realize that for me, finding a new phone is like LeBron James trying to find a new basketball team. You know, it was, oh my God, man. I mean, after research upon research upon research, and then finally I came across the phone. So here we go. The phone that I selected was the Huawei Mate 9. Not Huang Wei. The Huawei Mate 9. As according to Larry, it's this Chinese shit.
Well, I did not say that. Is nowhere on record.
You said that.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Oh, but you're thinking it. I know it. That's all right.
What is Huawei?
Yeah, it's a Chinese company.
Oh, clearly.
That's the company that Verizon and AT&T refuses to work with to release the Huawei Pro Mate 10 because some type of like a governmental pressure because they were, I don't know, it was some long controversy about them trying to steal information. The company is like not safe to work with. They feel like they're trying to pull some political thing. I don't know.
I've seen this brand start. I guess they've been around for a while because I'm starting to see this brand actually kind of make the airwaves.
What is the number one cell phone manufacturer in the United States?
Apple.
Okay, so they're like the Apple of China.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's just that they're not very well known here. But there are other companies that have come in like ZTE, Honor. They're made in China basically.
Okay.
Well, then you know what it is, hey, Larry. You know what? I was just thinking about this the other day, right? Then again, everything's made in China nowadays, right?
Most things, yeah. Well, we are looking to make America great again and to bring everything back to the shores here of the U.S. Actually, Apple is starting to make products here in the U.S.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, listen, I have a theory now. Okay, this is just my honest to God belief. I think that every person who complains that they cannot travel, right, in the United States should travel to China. And I'll tell you why. You go there, you visit, whatever it may be. You don't even have to buy souvenirs. You know that, right? Because by the time you come back to the United States, you could buy all your souvenirs here.
Oh, man.
So how was your week, man?
It's been good. It's been good. Week is week what it is. It is what it is. Gonna have a good party this afternoon with my friends and family. When we're recording this, I did some major, as I explained. I recorded earlier today when we were recording this with the Retro Gamers. Spent a lot of money buying some retro video games. But
really,
yeah. Actually, you know what? One you will get a kick out of. So I bought on the Super Nintendo. This is a real game on the Super NES. The Blues Brothers.
No! Oh my God! Wow!
And it has absolutely nothing to do with the movie, pretty much.
Well, of course. You know what was a good game that everybody really made very underrated was Riddick Bowe Boxing.
Yes, that was a good boxing game. Actually, we were talking football games. You know what? Let's do a little mini crossover, shall we? Because here on the More the Same network, we are a giant family. And even though this show may be the mothership of the More the Same network,
you admit it.
That's the mothership, but there's only one show on the network.
Oh, come on. What is it, fucking The Miz doing the...
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. All right, there we go. See, someone knows what side of the bread to butter it on.
Wow.
So on the Retro Gamers, we started talking about football games. With it being Super Bowl, granted, I'm not watching the Super Bowl, but still, there were a lot of football games. Let me ask you, what was one of your favorite football games playing growing up?
Tecmo.
Okay, they had a great series. Yep.
Tecmo Bowl.
Any one of them? Tecmo Bowl. Okay.
That was my favorite.
Very cool. Very cool. So there you go. A little bit of a crossover. Because check out the Retro Gamers every Tuesday wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's not even my show anymore.
We'll get back. We're back to your show. Don't you worry.
You'll get a chance to plug those later. And by the way, how's the merch doing since I gave my creative marketing genius?
We're still waiting to sell. People are looking at it, but we're still waiting to sell.
Oh, they'll take the bait sooner or later.
Apparently I got to file, or I'm going to get a 1099 form. So didn't expect that coming.
Oh, you shitting me?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
For fucking what?
For taxes.
For this?
I guess. No, well, no, not for the podcast, for the merchandise. And the only person who bought merchandise really was me. Me and two other people, but those other two people just bought mugs. So.
Holy crap.
We'll see.
I might have to help you out here, man. Besides giving the creative genius. And by the way, speaking of creative genius, Oh, first of all, before we even do that, how was your week, man?
Again, a week was good. I'm getting a new. This week is my last week with my current trainer. She's moving on. But I'm getting this other gentleman. Seems like a nice guy. My routines.
Where's she going?
She's just leaving that particular company, going to another gym.
Oh.
So Taylor, if you're listening to this, good stuff. You were tremendous help. Thank you very much for your help and your motivation.
Thank you for Taylor for taking care of my friend.
So, normally when I do have to pick up the pace. I've been doing some stuff here at home. I have the Wii Fit, and I have a bicycle and everything, like a stationary bike. But I need to really kind of kick that up more. But normally my gym with the trainers on Wednesdays, so now this is going to move to Thursdays, every other Thursday, which is not going to be a problem. So actually, I guess it may be a little bit better. Because that's less for me to do on Wednesdays, as far as with the podcast and everything. But, it is what it is. And I do want to mention one thing. I know we're going to get into nutrition later, but I just want to mention this now. I did pick up this item, which I thought is pretty interesting. Now, Anthony, tell us the I guess, like the benefits of lemon.
Okay, so lemon is interesting because it's an acidic, obviously it's an acidic fruit. It is actually considered a fruit and not a vegetable, from what I understand. Lemon is good because it's a cleanser. Secondly, it's also combined with honey. Is very good for people with sore throats, especially with those colds and flus out there, man. Jesus.
Yeah, so many
it's
killers,
crazy, man. Yeah. Lemon is a natural thing. You know what I mean? So it's a very beneficial, piece of your pantry.
And getting real lemons obviously is the best. How long can a lemon probably last when it's cut up and everything?
Probably if you put it in a Ziploc bag, it lasts for about 3 days.
Okay, so I purchased this and I looked at it, and it's pretty interesting. It's not, when I show you the box, it's just going to look like a regular old like packet of like you would like flavor water or whatever.
Sure.
It's called True Lemon. So right there,
okay.
True Lemon. And it's actually crystallized lemon. So it's a real lemon, just crystallized. The ingredients, crystallized lemon. That's it. And basically, it's just a real lemon in a packet that you can put in anything. And it lasts for a long, long time. I just put it in some water, mixed it up. It's not actually like what looks like sugar. I mean, it's like little chunks of lemon. You put it in there, dissolves, and it tastes really, really good. Each packet equals, I think, 1/2 a lemon, they say.
Is there any sugar,
no.
any type of
zero,
like...
0.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look,
that's interesting. It's a little blurry.
Yeah, I know. I checked that. I'll read it. This is verbatim. Ingredients: crystallized lemon. And in parentheses, which this isn't a lemon, citric acid, lemon oil, lemon juice. It's non-GMO.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy GMO crap, But lemon is good. I would still go with the real thing. That way it's a lot more of a natural thing, because I'm sure even something that's crystallized has to go through a minimal process. You know what I mean? And I don't see the harm in it. I wouldn't buy it too much. Just finish off the packet. You know what I mean? I would keep it. I would keep it around handy with you. But I would.
One packet equals one wedge, not 1/2. One wedge.
One wedge. Okay, one wedge is good.
It's really just to add to water. Yeah, it's just really
right.
add to water tea. Some recipes. No, it's legit lemon.
You could take you could do spa water and basically cut oranges, lemons, and put that into the water and put in not the freezer but the refrigerator.
I'm just talking. This is convenient. So, and I'm drinking it right now. This is the first time I'm drinking it. I just put it in a kind of a thing, a glass here, a cup, regular water, a Poland Spring water, and one little packet. Mixed it up. It took a little while to dissolve, but it dissolved, and it tastes just like lemon because it's a real lemon. So it's pretty. Again, it's on the go. So you know what I mean. It's just the convenience of it.
Right.
So I like it. It's pretty cool.
Okay. I mean, personally, I just I would rather go with the real thing. But if it is convenient for you, man, then use it.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of, as I was just saying before, speaking of creativity and all that other good stuff. So could you please reiterate to the audience here about the show that you and your dad were in, or our dad was in?
We were on a show, the pilot episode of what's called Reality Cupcakes. It's on the Food Network. Basically, it's a show, this woman and her family, her brother, her sister, her mother, she makes cupcakes that look like everyday items. They're almost like photorealistic. And on the pilot episode, there were 3 segments. The first segment, it was all in Brooklyn. I think they're stationed in Brooklyn, or they're from New York. The first one was some bagel store was having like a 5-year anniversary, so they made like bagel sandwich cupcakes. These cupcakes that look like bagel sandwiches. They, like, for the cheese, they used lemon starburst, just flattened out, and it looked like cheese. They would cook the buns, which is your typical cupcake. It was pretty interesting to see how they try and make these real-world things. I think they use, like, taffy or something for the bacon. The second part of it was for a volunteer fire department out here in Melville on Long Island, where they made hot dogs and hamburgers that they were cupcakes, but they looked like the real thing. In fact, they also made like a lobster salad, like a lobster club sandwich, like with a lobster salad. Mm-hmm. And one woman went up, and they didn't say they were cupcakes yet. So one woman was up and said, like, this made with real lobster because I'm allergic to lobster. And they're like, I can assure you this is not lobster. And the woman was still hesitant. She's like, I can't have shellfish. The lady's like, it's not. It's actually strawberries that made look like lobsters.
Okay.
And she was still a little hesitant until she started eating it. And then the third segment was at the Barclays Center for Military Appreciation Night at the Islanders. That's where we come in.
Okay.
So I remember when we got to the game, this was filmed early in the season, maybe the second or third game, like in October. We got to the game, we got to our seats, but when we were heading to our seats, first, like when we entered the arena, we saw kind of at least 4 people carrying, like, like the old-timey, like, cigarette girls, or like when you go to the casinos.
Yeah.
Walking around with those things. But again, this is before I knew it was cupcakes. With nachos, with buttered popcorn, and what I thought was like a cappuccino or something. And I looked at it. I'm like, why are they serving nachos and popcorn like this? This is weird. I honestly thought they were real. Looking at them real quick, not knowing. Then they actually they were all set up, like the film crew and everything. They actually were set up by our seats. What happens is my father, 100% disabled American veteran.
Our dad.
It's probably why he's 100% disabled veteran.
Oh, that's not nice at all.
But we have the ADA seats, which are phenomenal. Best seats. And we're getting ADA seats for WrestleMania. And I cannot wait.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So we go there. And so they're just folding. It's the section with all the folding chairs. And admittedly, because the Islanders don't get a lot of fans in Brooklyn, they started setting up there because it's a lot of room. So we showed up like, oh, sorry, we'll get out of your way. No problem. Then we started talking to them and realized these weren't real popcorn or nachos. They were cupcakes. And it wasn't until I saw the episode I realized they weren't cappuccinos or something. They were beer-flavored cupcakes. I was like, son of a gun, I didn't know that. So they, I guess really more, well, it was military appreciation, and my dad, our dad.
Exactly. Oh, finally, after years, he admits it.
He always wears a Vietnam veteran's hat because he is a proud Vietnam veteran, as he should be. And so they interviewed him. They're like, hey, if you don't mind, we'd like to get you, on the show. Like, sure, no problem. So they interviewed me and my father. They had us. My dad had the popcorn. I had the nachos. We tried it. It was it was just very weird to eat this stuff, but realizing it's popcorn. I mean, it's cupcakes. So he interviewed my dad. My dad being him. He was just like, oh, this is very good. It tastes like popcorn. This is very. He's giving him like what he's tasting, but he doesn't really react. He's just kind of, my father. He's just
of course. Our dad, goddamn.
He's just very like stoic. He's like, this tastes like
Exactly.
buttered popcorn. So
Right.
of course I'm trying to ham it up. So they're like, all right, try the nacho. So I'm like, whoa, this isn't a nacho. This is a cupcake. What is this? I'm going overboard, which is why all my stuff was cut from the episode.
Exactly. So I just wanted to let you know you were exposed in a lie because the star of this show, of this segment, was our dad. It had nothing to do with you. Butch Mormon was the greatest, had the greatest line ever when Dad said, that I cannot wait for this stuff to be sold here. All right? You
set me
nothing.
up. You just set me up.
There. Exactly, because you sat there because a couple episodes ago you started saying, "Oh well, wait until we get interviewed. Wait until you see us on camera."
A lot.
You did not say a word. In the final cut itself, you just gave the smirk of a lifetime.
I did. I gave my fake laugh,
and that was it. So let's give credit where credit is due. Dad was the one who was the star of that segment.
As he should have been. It was Military Appreciation Night. There was a beautiful shot of my father when they were talking about the national anthem.
You see him when they were doing the national anthem. He was saluting.
He does. As a veteran, all
exactly.
active military and veterans are allowed to salute. They don't have to take their hats off as long as they're saluting. And that's what my dad does. He salutes.
In other words, in this entire show, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but in the entire show, he was the star of the show.
He should have been. It's Military Appreciation Night.
Was that?
But
that's it.
So
don't put your name on the billboard because you gave the people smirk, and that was it.
And then as soon as they were done filming and they left, my dad turned to me and went, "These cupcakes taste like shit." So
can you tell us like what the name of the show is and when they could find it?
Well, it's called Reality Cupcakes. It's on the Food Network. What happened is it's actually like episode 0. So it's not like an official, it's not on there, like you can't find it on demand right now. I think they're just running it right now as kind of like a test. Because God help me, I had to wait for it to re-air. Just be on the lookout for Food Network, Reality Cupcakes. We're literally like in the last 5 minutes of the show. And like I said, there's just a beautiful shot of my dad saluting, picture of me eating some of the cupcake, and of course giving my fake laugh. Because when my dad said, I can't wait for these to be sold, I know you didn't mean that.
Oh my God. So. That is funny. That is funny.
But we talked a lot. They even interviewed him. They're like, "So, how do you feel about this tonight?" Meaning Military Appreciation. So, of course, he started going on, with our, with today's sports and the kneeling and the liberals and this, that, the other.
Oh my God.
I'm like, all right, maybe. Like, he didn't go over the top saying, like, they're stupid. He didn't say stuff like that. He was more saying, like, it'd be nice. It's nice to see everyone come together, especially to honor those who really are the ones who allow us to kneel, who allow us to protest, who, if it wasn't for the veterans, trust me when I tell you, none of us would be allowed to kneel, would be allowed to protest, would be allowed to say what we want to say, whether good or bad. So it's the veterans that we all should be able to come together and, agree on that topic. But all that was cut out, and they just pretty much got his, I can't wait for these to be sold.
So, well, I just wanted to clarify that Dad was the star of the show. And my baby brother over here has nothing to do with it.
What?
The people smirk. That's all he got in the final cut. The people smirk. Well, hey, look, it just brings up the and why were you not wearing a Retro Gamer shirt that day?
We did not have those products at that time.
Oh, okay. I understand. Well, at least he redeemed himself partially there. That's cool. All right. So
I can't believe you set me up for that whole thing.
I did not set you up. I was just trying to tell people the truth. I was trying to tell the people the truth.
Terrible.
You got on TV. You could listen. What you could do is you could pause it twice. When Dad was giving the salute and you were there putting your hand over your heart, that's one. And solidify that. You could take a picture of that. And then the second one was when you gave the people smirk.
Fair enough.
the people's smirk.
Is that what you're going to call it now?
Yes, that's what it's called now. The people's smirk. You ready to feel old?
Let's do it.
All right. So last couple episodes ago, we talked about memory lane, movies that were 10 years old and 15 years old. Now we're going to get into the category of 25 years ago. Wow. All right. And there really is only 2 movies worth freaking mentioning.
All right.
Actually, no, there's 3 movies that's worth mentioning. So there is one movie called, these are 2 Hong Kong-based films here. One of them is called The Tai Chi Master with Michelle Yeoh and Jet Li. Mm-hmm. And it is about the creator of Tai Chi. And Jet does a really good job. Like, this is where he's at its peak. And, man, his the fight choreography, it was this. You know what wire fu is?
Oh, is that like just like
when they
like
use
the wire
cables
fights?
and
Yeah.
and the wire fights like in the Matrix and shit.
My wire team's ready. Yeah.
Huh?
You never saw Austin Powers and Goldmember?
No, I did not.
Oh my god.
Yes, I know. I'm out of touch with the world. Let's see. So Tai Chi Master was basically about a Taoist priest who creates the art of Tai Chi and how he spreads his Taoist beliefs. And by the way, Taoism, from what I understand, is not a religion.
Really?
It's a set of concepts for the world for humans to abide by, to live life. So it's a guiding set of principles. Mm-hmm. And combined with the martial arts, you're supposed to produce internal power, peace, harmony, and till this day, Zheng Samfeng, which is his name is Cheng. Mm-hmm. His martial arts still resonates till this day because there is a study out today that was recently put out by, I forgot what medical journal, that states that Tai Chi, if done consistently, starting at the age of 50 or 60 years old and beyond, will actually give you a 40% better chance of not falling.
Really?
40% more. Because they're saying that it emphasizes so much upon balance.
Wait, is Tai Chi like what you usually see, like the old people?
Well, a lot of the elderly Chinese do in the morning.
Yeah.
The slow movements.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of it is geared towards focus. A lot of slow movements. A lot of low stances, and it's promoting balance. Oh, nice. So they're saying that it reduces your chances of falling by 40% as you get older in life. Okay. If done on a consistent level.
Yeah.
Any form of Tai Chi, which is great. So that's what the movie Tai Chi Master is about, but they loosely base it. You know how they do it. There was another movie that was done 25 years ago called The Iron Monkey.
Okay. I remember that.
The Iron Monkey is it's a cult classic now, bought by America's favorite stealer of Asian cinema, known as Quentin Tarantino. And
he's in the news big time and not good.
Why, is he a sexual harasser too?
Not a sexual harasser, but he pretty much made, I don't mean to go off topic, but he made Uma Thurman do a stunt in Kill Bill that could have killed her, and she didn't want to do it. And I don't know how he made her, quote unquote, but he made her do this stunt, and it's just coming out today with actual footage of the stunt going wrong.
Oh, wow.
It was basic, real quick. I know it's off topic. I apologize. But she had to do a driving scene, and she didn't want to get in the car because she felt the car was just not a good car. Or she's like, why can't we get a stunt double? And for one reason or another, Quentin's like, we need you in the car. And she's basically, I never saw Kill Bill. I don't know if you did.
Yes, I have.
All right. Was there a scene, I think in Kill Bill Volume 1, when she's like driving through what looks like the woods?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so in that scene, and there's footage of this actually happening because of the camera on the back. So she's driving really fast through the woods, and she hits a fucking tree. She crashed head on into a tree, bad.
Wow.
To this day, she says she still has neck issues, permanent neck issues, and it's like it just got released this week or this month or something, or maybe even last year, because I think Weinstein did his stupid shit with her. and I guess he was trying to make amends. And like, all right, look, I'll give you this footage of the accident. But it was a rough hit. I'll send you the link a little later. It was wild.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
So, but yeah, he's definitely I like that. The biggest stealer of Asian cinema.
Well, Quentin Tarantino, fuck you.
There you go.
And the Iron Monkey is based off a style.
Iron Monkey, that funky monkey.
Really? Look, Mom and Dad, little Jimmy got a hat. Hey,
I don't know the rest of the song.
Well, thank God for that. You just saved all the listeners' ears, their sanity, and their mental stability. Thank you very much, Larry.
All right, I'm sorry. Continue on. I apologize.
So the Iron Monkey is based upon a legendary folk hero of China, and who I believe creates the monkey style, but is also it's just a unique concept. It's a unique story. The fight scenes were very, very good, and it was basically Hong Kong cinema at its absolute peak in the 90s. So that was that, and then there's one more movie called Hard Target with my man Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Muscles from Brussels.
Yep. So, have you ever seen the movie Hard Target?
No, I have not.
It is badass because my favorite villain is in this movie. Lance Hendrickson is in this movie, and it's the best Lance Hendrickson role I've ever seen him play. I would love to see him in Chiller Theater. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later on in the pod. Mm-hmm. Lance Hendrickson plays in a badass villain. Arnold Vosloo is also in this movie.
Okay.
He was the guy that was in like the Scorpion King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the guy with the heavy accent. I forgot what his character's name was. And what's unique about this movie, Hard Target, is that it's Van Damme's film that he stars in, but a note of significance is the fact that it's the first debut film in the United States of John Woo.
Really?
It is his debut film.
Okay.
And before he made, Face Off and all these other films, was it? I think he also did a Mission Impossible too, or something like that, right?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, but this is the first film that John Woo did. You could see his stylized brand of action. A lot of director trademarks, and Van Damme it's a good movie. Let's put it this way: if you like explosions, gun work, gunplay, it's a good movie.
Okay.
So that already makes me feel old because when I saw it, I was in high school and I sneaked into an R-rated film, as I've done very, very consistently back in the day. I fractioned a law or two back in the day, but nothing bad, nothing ultra bad, So that was really interesting for me to watch those three films. That was just when Asian cinema was at its absolute peak, All right, so let's should we just do the announcement now? Figure that everybody know.
Let's do it.
So we always say and we always mention that this podcast is made for the people, and it is, because really want to disseminate our information, bring our brand of entertainment, comedy, knowledge, whatever Larry and I have to offer. And we were dropping these episodes on Thursdays. And a lot of people wrote to us and basically said, Thursday's cool, but we'd rather have Friday instead because with Friday, we can either drive and listen to it when driving home, when we're driving to work. We can just listen to it when we want to unwind or whatever, especially for I forgot that young man's name who has a frat in Canada. It's his time. Like they can, he listens to it with his frat brothers in Vancouver. And I'm sorry, buddy, if I forgot your name, but is it Jason? I think. And yeah, he was saying how he was listening to it with his frat buddies, and pretty much Fridays were easier. So we heard you. You wanted it. You got it. So from this day forward, we are dropping, just like we did last Friday, we are dropping our episodes on Fridays.
Nice. All right.
So it's
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Let's just, boys in the back, let's just make sure that we edit that out, please. Thank you. All right. So we're just going to make sure that, it's another reason to say TGIF.
Nice.
So, your side, I do have to admit something here. Your singing is getting better.
Oh, well, thank you.
I not progressively better, but better.
Well, thank you.
I know that was a very backhanded compliment. All right, so let's talk. Let's really talk and get down to the meat of our episode. We're going to talk about fitness and motivation.
Okay.
So I have a few categories here that I've broken it down to, and I really was looking at this from a standpoint of different scenarios. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have emailed us, and I read a few of these emails, and I've written back to our loyal listeners. And Choose Commandos and Mormons militants, it seems like you guys are really down with this whole fitness bit. And, some of you are talking a lot about motivation. You need some motivation, and all that. I mean, it's practically something that I guess everybody is united on. So I want to focus on this and give a good heart of it, a good part of it to the heart of fitness and motivation. So the first thing is that I've branded into several scenarios. So one of them is a lot of our listeners have told us that they don't have time to work out. It's always like, oh man, I'm so limited with my time. I got so much to do. So is there a solution to it? Yes. I've looked at a few products, and I've done my research. I do, Larry.
Yep.
Right? And I've done my research, and you guys, for those of you who don't have the time, I would suggest a few things. Number one, I would suggest that if you guys want to get a good piece of training equipment that you could actually attach to your door at your house.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called TRX.
I've been looking for something like that. A friend of mine has one.
Amazon has them.
Yeah,
and they're a little costly. They're about $100 around that realm. You could probably get a version of, but TRX bands is what my coach and I are working with. So, really you want to get into that because it was actually created by Navy SEALs.
Yeah, man.
So that they can have functional strength. And it's functional strength training. It also is very good for your endurance. You could do a lot of things. You could attach these to your feet and do like knee thrusts and then push-ups. You could do different ab work exercises. You can do pull-ups, chin-ups. I'm sorry. You could do lateral pull-downs. You could do bicep curls. There are just so many things you can do with it. And we've been working on that. That's kicking my ass. So TRX bands or any form of TRX bands are really good for those of you who don't have the time. DDP yoga is another huge aspect of it. DDP yoga is basically revolving around 30-minute workouts, generally about 20 to 30-minute workouts. A lot of it emphasizes minimal joint impact. It helps you lose weight, but it also helps you gain your flexibility. For those of you with knee, shoulder problems, back problems, this will really help you. I haven't had a lower back or a shoulder injury since I've been using this. And I started to notice that a lot of people in the gym, you see these guys and girls that they're lifting weights and that's all they're doing, or they're going on the treadmill. And it's great and everything, but you need that flexibility. Any part of your body, if you don't use it, you lose it. So,
one big piece.
Absolutely. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. What is anything?
There are kids listening. No, actually, if there are kids listening to the show, this is demented.
No, in all honesty, yes, you're right. It's definitely it's the repetition, it's the commitment to doing it every day or at least every other day. That's what's gonna make it work for you and work for everybody. You are living proof of that, my friend.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to buckle down and get serious. I mean, I'm trying to train for a competition, so I talked to my coach about it, and I said, really, I'm going to really work hard at it. Between life and the realities of life and work and all this other craziness, it gets in the way sometimes. But I got my goal, so I definitely got to set it. And hey, you will get there, bro. You definitely will get there.
Yeah.
So those are two things I would suggest. Another good thing would be Taibo. It sounds stupid. It sounds odd.
Is that thing even still around? Bro,
yeah, Taibo, they use resistance bands in their workouts now. He has Billy's Boot Camp Elite. He has a lot. Yeah, Billy Blanks is still out there, and the fad has kind of died down tremendously. But let me tell you, those workouts work.
Yeah, man.
And if you put in the work, man, they will work. A lot of people have talked about their athletes, or they want a really tough workout. I have something for you guys as well. High intensity interval training.
Let
me give you an example
I started
of what.
Doing that.
Did you really?
I tried to. Almost died.
Let me give you an example of what my coach and I did that nearly killed us yesterday. I am right now, as I'm speaking, I'm trying to hide it, but I am so sore right now. Like literally, I can't even move. It hurts that bad. Yesterday, we did 1 minute sprints. So you're sprinting for an entire minute. Once that minute is over, you go right into the next exercise. And for us, it was squat jumps. So you're squatting down and then you're thrusting yourself up in the air. You did that for 45 seconds. And then after that, you have dips. So you're doing as many dips as you can for 30 seconds. Right? And then after that, you're doing burpees. You're doing 30 seconds of burpees.
Wow.
You get 1 minute rest, and then you do another round. So you're doing a total of 4 rounds. Mm-hmm. And then you get a 3 minute rest, right? Because the next one that we did, we concentrated on ab work. So we did 50 crunches to start the round. We did 1 minute of bicycle crunches. Right. You guys can all look this up, and you guys and girls can look this up and see what those exercises are. Then we went to 15 hang leg raises, and then we went to side oblique crunches. So a lot of crunches involved. Mm-hmm. And then we did half burpees. In other words, half burpees are without the push-up. You're doing the push-up position, but no push-up for a whole 30 seconds. And you rest for 1 minute, and you're doing 5 rounds of that. Wow. The beauty of high intensity interval training is that your metabolism, when your heart rate goes back down, your intensity, your metabolism is still burning fat after an hour or two. So it is good. It's really good, especially provided if you have like a salad with some chicken afterwards. Eat protein, no carbs. After you do it, because I work out at night, so I don't eat carbs at night, or else they sit and linger, man, and you gain weight because they turn into sugar, Speaking of food, for you beginners out there, for those of you who are beginning just to work out, I would suggest find something you enjoy. In other words, find a set of exercises that you do, stick with it, do about 3 sets of 10, and find a weight that you generally like to use that you can use for about 10 reps, and just work on that and gradually build yourself up week by week. Just remember, guys, and girls, no matter what this is, it's not a sprint. It is a marathon. It's a constant jog. Whatever you want to call it, it's not we live in such a fast-paced, driven or goal-driven world. That's not the way this works. You have to have patience with it. You have to be able to take your time with it, If you rush it, it's going to turn bad. Let's talk a little bit about food. As far as food is concerned, a lot of people have written to us and said, well, what if we have to buy our meals and we don't really have the time to cook at home? Have you ever heard of a company like Eat Clean Bro?
No.
Okay, so it's advertised. There's Eat Clean Bro, there's Sunfare, there's all these other meal prep types of companies out there where they do prepared meals and they could deliver them to you at your door, but they are pricey. I mean, it's about $8 to $10 per meal, which generally for those of you who go out anyway and eat shit food, you're going to spend anywhere between $8 to $12 anyway. A lot more than that. It's better off that if you can't cook, just do something like that. I have a friend of mine right now who's making breakfast and dinner at home, or he makes breakfast and lunch at home, and then he has one of these meals for dinner or something like that. You could control the portions. They give you a healthy serving of carbs, vegetables, and meat, which is really good. They got a lot of these places have Naked Chef is another one that's really good. Actually, a friend of mine, my teacher's teacher, Al, Al Vera, he actually endorsed Naked Chef, and they're really good. They really know what they're doing. Whoever's cooking there is excellent. You can get a promo code. I'll try to get that out to you guys and get a promo code. You can get 10% off.
There you go.
On whatever you purchase. When you talk about meals, a lot of you may say that, meal prepping sucks. What do I do? How do I do it? I would suggest that you guys do things in batches. Okay? Like, let's say if you want to cook cauliflower and broccoli. I'm just throwing it out there, right? Mix it up. Add some garlic. Add some ginger. Add some, if you want, you can even add a teaspoon of brown sugar if you want. Add a little sesame salt. No, I think that what you're looking for is. Are you trying to sing the D'Angelo song "Brown Sugar"? I want some of your brown sugar.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay, that's a good song. Damn it!
Oh, please.
D'Angelo rocks.
So a little brown sugar in there, mix it up.
Right. Yeah, you could add a little bit of sesame seed oil, some sesame seeds, some flax seeds. Seeds are always good. Chia seeds are also good as well. Try to make it with some avocado oil so there's some flavor in it.
Avocado? I started eating avocado.
Avocado's good.
Yeah,
it's a very, very good source. It's a superfood, absolutely. How about this? Instead of you guys making chicken, buy a whole roasted chicken. Cut it up.
Good idea.
Have one thigh and one leg as your meat portion. Have a wing and 2 legs and a wing as your meat portion. Have one chicken breast or half a chicken breast, or take that chicken breast and make a chicken salad into it, like a healthy chicken salad. There's lots of things you can do to keep it interesting so you don't look at your food the next day and go, oh, shit, this again? Because that's when you're going to start saying, oh, well, the hell with this. I could just save this for tomorrow and let me go out and get something to eat. Keep in mind that every time you go out to eat, what people do at restaurants, and I can't say all, but most restaurants will basically charge you maximum price that they could charge you and cut corners by giving you the worst ingredients. That's really what food is, unless you're going out and eating Kobe beef, with like organic russet potatoes or something like that. Then you're getting quality, but look at how much you're paying.
True. A lot of money.
Exactly.
That's the problem. It costs a lot of money to eat healthy.
That is the problem. See, I don't understand why shit food, it should be reversed. Garbage food, like GMO-based crap, should be the most expensive, and then natural organic foods should be cheaper.
I agree.
Then people, I really think that they're really trying to, whoever it is trying to, basically trying to kill people is what it is. So, you guys, if you can't eat a whole meal, try try a smoothie. Make yourselves a protein shake. And by the way, speaking of supplements, I got something for you guys on supplements as well. And this is our last category. So a lot of you talked about supplements. Which supplements are good? This is my personal belief about supplements. If you're talking about vitamins, and Larry knows all about vitamins, I'm beginning to take vitamins now, multis, right? If you're taking like turmeric, vitamin D's, vitamin B's, vitamin C's, great. Okay. If you're taking iron or zinc or whatever it may be that you need, codfish oil, great. If you're taking, things like glutamine, protein shakes, that's great. But to me, anything else above that is not exactly very healthy for you.
Yeah, I hear you.
A really, really good company for those of you guys, and I use this company myself for my protein shakes, is there's a company called NutraBio.
Okay.
So it is the only facility that is actually approved and inspected by the FDA.
Oh.
Yeah. It's www.nutrabio.com.
Okay.
So nutrabio.com. If you look into what they do, they are outstanding. One of my favorite things to do is to take unflavored protein. I normally get the whey isolate, and I basically take the whey isolate protein, unflavored, and what I do is add peanut butter to mine for a good protein kick. You could add if you want, you could add like a little bit of I would say a teaspoon to a tablespoon of half and half, organic half and half. And that will give you kind of like, or if you like soy milk, make it with soy milk.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, fellas, it's not good for us to drink soy milk. I don't know if you know that or not, but it actually is a huge producer of estrogen.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think you need that, gentlemen. All right. But, you could drink 0% milk. If you can't drink milk, drink lactate or something. Make it with that. Shake it up. Put it in a blender. Really easy stuff, guys. You don't need to go out and fucking, eat like fast food.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you can do. As far as any other supplements out there, I don't know a whole lot about them. I would say to you that you really don't know what you're getting when you invest your time into stuff like that. So, I mean, I hope that this 15-minute segment, 20-minute segment will really help out greatly, Yeah. Lemons, limes, fruits are always good. If you're going to eat anything that has skin in it, try to eat organic apples, organic pears, because they spray crap into it, man. Get yourself a vegetable and fruit. It's like a vegetable and fruit cleaner. Trader Joe's sells them. There's Whole Foods sells them. And when you spray the stuff and you rinse it out, you'll see a major difference.
Okay.
So definitely do that. If you're going to eat grapes, try to eat organic, anything with skin. Now, if you're going to eat bananas and oranges, they don't count to me because their skin is already outside and you're not going to eat the skin anyway. So it doesn't really matter, For those of you with weight loss, if you want to try to drop some weight, try to eat your carbs in the morning. Don't eat your carbs after 3 p.m. or else they'll linger in your body. If you want to eat fruits, actually, I got this from DDP Yoga. Don't eat fruits until after 12 noon, because apparently,
really?
Your body cannot digest it as well.
Okay.
And if you really, really want to drop weight, try fasting cardio. So in other words, when you wake up in the morning, basically go out there and work out, and then don't eat anything. I know it's going to be hard as hell, but don't eat anything until after you work out, like an hour after you work out or something like that. Okay. And start eating light. And because what's going to happen is after you do, let's say, a cardio workout in the morning without eating, your body is going to find the fat to burn off.
Okay.
So do that, let it burn it for an hour, and then eat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that works. So I hope this works out, guys. So now that we have gotten that segment there, you ready for your favorite one?
Oh, we got it. Let's the special big game edition.
Oh, yes. It simply goes like this. Because somebody is going to get it today.
Oh, man.
Now, long story short, New York, the state of New York, has promoted a campaign to boost visitation in New York for its landmarks, its historical places, things to do in New York. And it's a campaign that's been going on for decades called I Love New York.
I Heart
right?
LA.
Exactly. Now, New York is my home state. New York City and Brooklyn is my hometown. It is our hometown. And we're very proud of that. You know, wherever we go, we bring a little bit of the BK. Mm-hmm. We bring a little bit of NYC, a little bit of New York State to wherever we go. And it seems as though the federal government has a problem with that because they told New York State to take down these signs because they're saying that the signs, they are withholding $14 million or $14.1 million. The federal government's withholding $14 million from New York State for pretty much putting up these ads, and they want them taken down. New York State said, well, fuck you, we're doing it anyway. So we put up these signs, and what the federal government doesn't like about these signs is that it has a website on there. And they're afraid that people, the Transportation Commission is gonna be afraid that people are gonna break out their phones and start fucking texting or surfing the web on their smartphone while they're driving. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, morons, if you did do that, you're an idiot. You shouldn't be texting on while you're driving anyway. You shouldn't be on the internet while you're driving anyway. What the fuck is the matter with people? All right. Secondly, they're saying that there's too much wording. So people will slow down and try to read the wording. No, listen. If you really want to read it that badly, pull to the side and read. Take a picture of it. Read it later. Listen, it's I don't. And by the way, New York State has not seen a climb in accidents because of these signs. Okay. But yet the federal government wants to start their own I Heart New York campaign.
Oh, I see.
So they wanted to do it their way.
Or the highway.
Right. So it's their way or the highway, literally, right?
Yeah.
So I have a problem with this because I've seen other signs in other states, and they don't have a problem with it. Why aren't the feds attacking the other states? Why are they attacking just New York? What kind of bullshit is this? What I mean, have you traveled around? You've traveled around the country pretty well.
I have.
You've seen signs, right? I mean, any sign could be a danger if you read it.
Absolutely. That's
so why are they?
You can see them from afar.
Exactly. So why are they targeting us in New York? And for that, Department of Transportation.
Oh man, this is a big department.
The Federal Department of Transportation, Highway and Safety. Whatever the hell you idiots call yourselves.
You're not going to do what I think you're going to do.
Do you know what happens?
Oh, man.
When you come and bully our home state and you disrespect the people and we're just trying to boost the economy. We're just trying to do our best.
This is a big infrastructure.
It's not even a person anymore. Now it's an entire federal department.
It's an entity.
I'm probably going to be banned off the highway now. But I don't care because, goddamn, you know what happens, huh? Department of Transportation and the federal government, huh? You know what happens?
Hit him with it, Ant.
When you disrespect our home state.
I mistimed that.
You've just been chewed out.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Oof. Wow. And just like that, the roads are now empty.
49 other states in this country, and they have to put a dent on our campaign. Great.
New York's the biggest state. As far as travel and everything. Wow, that was a good one. That hit good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Chewed out.
It is a very therapeutic segment, I must say. I'm glad that you and the technical team actually approved of that insane idea.
Yes, well, it went through a lot of legal hoops, but we finally got it.
We've got lots of people so far.
Yep.
It's just going to get better. And like I said, the verbal beatings will continue. Like I'm Jim Cornette. Hi, Mr. Cornette. Now, fan mail. It seems as though we have a few pieces of fan mail that I think we should definitely talk about. And I, for one, am looking at a few emails here. So can we get to it?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. So the first one comes from guy didn't even give his name, or girl didn't even give her name, where they're from or nothing like that. But this is a weird email. It says, I love horses and ding-dongs.
I'm sure he or she was trying to email someone else.
Okay, this does at first I was kind of looking at this and said, I love horses and ding-dongs. Okay, this is not exactly something that I want to be hearing right now. It just doesn't seem normal. But they ask, what they said, hi guys, listening to the show since episode 10. So they're a fairly new listener. Mm-hmm. So since this is episode 20, we have made 2 decades. He or she says, or should I say it says, I have a problem with being able to work out due to my arm strength. I lost a lot of it when I gained a lot of weight. Is there anything I could do to build my arm strength? Wow. That's
an interesting one.
Well, first of all, it's an interesting one.
Now, we're not doctors.
Right. We are not, so this is just advice. You don't have to heed our advice, but we do suggest the fact that one of the things I would say exercise-wise, push-ups are good. Bicep curls are good. Start off with light weights, a lot of repetition, and then build your weight up, increase it by 5 pounds every week. That will build some arm strength. Hitting a heavy bag is good. That would really help. Gives you some good coordination. Taking some boxing classes would help. Anything where you can move your arms, I would say would be the best. Now, if you're talking in terms of you've lost a lot of arm strength, did you get into an accident? Did something happen? Did you injure yourself? You need to take time to heal, So you got to consider that, and I hope that helps. I mean, if you want to elaborate, send us another email. Let us know, So here we go. Second is Edna from Edison, New Jersey. Hi, Edna. And writes to us and says that, she said, hi, guys. Listen to this show with the boyfriend. Really love the fact that you two have good chemistry most of the time. Edna. Yeah, he wants to say something, but he knows for a fact that when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. He's actually, I think he muted himself. That's funny. So Edna writes to us from the Edison territory and says, hey guys, I just joined the gym and I want to take a martial arts class. Do you believe in CKO kickboxing? Okay. Now, if you want to talk in terms of getting a good workout and working up a sweat, CKO kickboxing and places like that are great. But if you want to learn an actual martial art, I don't suggest it because I've seen how they operate their classes. That's more like an intense, kind of like doing crunch or doing some type of thing where, you're really just working up your cardio, you're hitting your bag, you're doing calisthenics, you're doing different types of, it's almost like a CrossFit gym, If you want to get that kind of a workout in, great. But if you want to learn actual martial art, join the UFC gym, join a martial arts school, something like that, or try to join a class where they can offer you some sort of discipline, I would say that would be the best piece of advice I can give you. And, whoa, what happened to my coworker's mic? Oh, wow, dude. Hey, Quang, what the hell you doing? Dude, oh man, he just literally ripped the cord of the microphone off of Larry's ears. Oh, Larry's hurting right now. His ears are, because Larry uses he uses those earplug things to talk into a physical microphone. So Huang just walked into his office, his recording studio, in the more of the same mansion, and just pulled out the microphone, and he pulled out the the earbuds off his ear. So Larry is hurting, and now hey, get the hell back here! What are you doing? And he went chasing Larry. I don't know if he's going to beat Larry up or whatever the hell he's doing. And he's shouting something about Kim. Kim? Is that a girl he's shouting about? I don't know. Hey, come here. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. What the hell are you doing? Get the hell back here. Hey. What are you doing? Sit down here. Have you lost your mind? What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to record here, and you're just, you're running amok. You go attack him again. What did he do to you this time? Sit down. Relax. Stop that. I got to finish off the show. What the hell is wrong with these interns? Like, what are they? I really wonder, where the hell did they find these fucking interns? Did he just go to Bellevue and just say, hey, want a job, want a job, want a job, come with me? Good grief. Well, Larry has no mic. Larry's actually ringing his ears. I'm sure he's feeling a ringing in his ears, and he actually went and he's out of the studio at this point. So I don't know what happened to him. But you know what? I hope he's okay. I'm going to go check up on him, folks. But before I do that, let me just take one last question here. The last question is from Boss. He spells his name B-A-U-S. Boss is actually from, of all places, he's from Denmark. So we actually have one person from Denmark who listens to this show out of millions of people. Interesting. Boss says, hey, fellas, love the show. I talk about it with my friends all the time. And what I would love to know is exactly what makes this show work in your mind as far as the way that the both of you, how do you come up with ideas? How do you come up with topics and things like that? Well, so Boss, it's a great question. Larry and I wish Larry had the opportunity or the capability of talking here, and I'm sure he would agree with me. Larry knows that I'm the supreme leader. Larry knows that when I was overweight and I was about 270 pounds, I actually did kind of look like Kim Jong-un, but without hair. But that's a different story. But I am not a supreme leader. I am just Larry's my childhood friend, and we've known each other for over 20 years. We wrestled together in the same organization. We both became champs in that organization. We really have a lot in common, but we also have a lot that we don't have in common. As usual, friends and brothers do argue. We do settle disagreements. We do agree to disagree. And for me, I do a lot of research. I look up current events, especially with contact sports. Obviously, we don't talk religion or politics here. We don't talk about our jobs or 9-to-5s. But we do talk a lot about anything that's current, and we also give our respect to the past, which is really, I think, what is equal to it. And Larry brings a lot of comedy into the show, and I bring, my brand of insanity. So I guess when you have comedic insanity, it works out well. So it's a really good brand, a good chemistry here. Never really signed off the show without him, but I think that's what makes it work, Boss. And I really want to thank you, you guys and girls, for writing to us. There are a lot more emails. If you want to hit us up, talk to us. We are at yinandyangpodcast at gmail.com. Once again, yinandyangpodcast at gmail.com. Want to thank you guys so much. I think we've depleted the resources, and we're about an hour and a half away from the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go check that out and go hang out. Larry, I may have to go take Larry to a local hospital. I don't know, because he's really hurting right now. And but other than that, we will see you next week, Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my co-host here, the great Mr. Co-host Larry Mormon, and our technical team, and even in parentheses, Huang, we'd like to thank you so much for listening. We hope that all the knowledge that we gave you today will help you out. Just remember, every time you sweat in the gym, it's just your fat ass crying. But other than that, it's been an awesome ride. So I thank you. Eat right. Take care of yourselves. Work out. And take care of your temple. And you can't teach that. Peace.
You're the best around. Nothing's going